This is English time with AIOS. My name's Alex Linville, and we're going to do a very important business lesson today. This is called the time value of money. Now, most of you know already that time and money are closely connected. That if you give somebody money, you expect to get money back. We call this interest. So if you give the bank money, they'll pay you a small amount for allowing them to keep your money. So here's a simple question. Do you want 1,000 baht now or in 10 years? Well, most people will say they want 1,000 baht now because 1,000 baht in 10 years is not as valuable. Money loses value as time continues on. But with investing, your money can grow. So hopefully, if you use that 1,000 baht and put it in the bank, you will grow your money and become richer. So this is again called the time value of money. And there's two kinds of interest. We have compound interest and simple interest. Most of business uses compound interest, but let me explain both types. Simple interest is when you just take an amount of money, like 5,000 baht, and say you get 5% on 5,000 baht every year. Your money doesn't grow, you just continue to get 5%. It doesn't get added to the new amount. So, for instance, your bank account is not simple interest. When you get money from the bank, your account grows, and then they do the interest again with the larger number. So that's called compound. The interest goes back into the large amount, and it continues to get bigger and bigger. Simple interest is like this problem. Say you buy a bond. A bond is just debt. It's a kind of investment that pays 10% a year. The bond costs 5,000 baht. How much will you earn in 10 years? So this is a pretty simple math problem. You take 5,000, you multiply times by 1.1 for 10%, and then you times it by 10 years. So at the end of 10 years, you'll have 5,500 baht. Simple interest. You just keep collecting 10%. But let's look at compound. So let's say that you get 1,000 baht and your interest is 2% a year. This is similar to like a bank account. Very small interest amount. Well, at year 0, your first day, you only have 1,000 baht. You haven't earned any interest yet. In year 1, you're going to earn 20 baht in interest. And you do that with this math problem. 1,000 times 1 plus 0.02 equals 1,020. Very easy math. Well, what about year 2 and year 3? It's compound, so the numbers get more difficult. You then take 1,020 times 1 plus 0.02. And that gives you 1,040 and 40 satang. What about year 3, right? And it just keeps going and going. What about if you wanted to know year 10, year 50, year 100? Well, fortunately, there's an easy math formula that helps you with this problem. It's called the future value formula. We want to know what something, the value is in the future. You take the present value, what you have now, whether it's 1,000 or 5,000, you multiply it by 1 plus the rate, and even though it says 5% or 2% or 10%, you always write it as a decimal. 0.05, 0.02. Alright, so it always becomes 1.05, 1.02, 1.1. Okay, that's how we write interest. And then you use the power number of years. So in English, to raise something to a power means you times it by itself. So 10 times 10 is 10 to the power of 2, which equals 100. We call this a power to the power of 2. So for the future value formula, the number of years is your power. So let's look at this easy problem again, where you're getting 2% interest. For 3 years, it's going to be your present value, 1,000 baht, times 1 plus 0.02, which becomes 1.02, to the power of 3 for 3 years. How much will you have at the end of 3 years? You'll have 1,061 baht and 21 satang. So this is a very important idea, not just for banking, but for all kinds of businesses. Buying a car, buying a house, renting a house, starting a business, any major investment, you have to think about the future value. So let's do this problem together. You put 10,000 baht in the bank. It earns 5% interest a year. How much will you have in the bank in 7 years? Alright, well the math is too difficult to do in your head, and it's too much work to compound the interest on a calculator, just having to do multiplication again and again and again. Let's use our formula. So 10,000 times 1.05, 1 plus the interest, to the power of 7 will give you the future value, which is 14,071 baht. That's how much you'll have in 7 years. So I hope you found this very interesting. This is just the beginning of future value and time value of money. With other lessons, we'll look at other ideas with time value. I encourage you to learn more on the internet and ask any questions that you might have at the AIOS website. Again, my name's Alex Linville. Khap Kun Khap.